Yeah, we're going to try it this way. I'm going to refer to you as CT because you'll know I'm talking about you. And if I do something else with this video, it's still confidential for you. So first of all, I'm going to do a... doesn't do it. It's not going to switch. So I already laid out some cards around your query, around relationship. And here we go. See how that shows up. And we have 7 cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the way they went. And the triangle going up is kind of your influence. The triangle coming down is kind of his influence, what's going on there. And the center is the outcome. So it almost makes me want to start backwards with the outcome here because, and I also asked for a hint around the outcome, and I got us the 10 of Cups, which really says, and the 6 of Pentacles as an outcome card here too, is both are very positive. The 6 of Pentacles says that there's a lot of attraction. The 6 of Pentacles says that there's a balance in the emotional exchange, in financially the future looks like we could do worse than say fair, but then the hint, the 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups, did I say Pentacles earlier? 10 of Cups is saying really kind of happiness, that it's kind of has the potential to be kind of what you're hoping for in a relationship, a really complete, sincere, honest relationship, and exclusive. And but okay, to get there is not that easy here because we have kind of an initiating cards. The Devil card here around you is about fears, about your own fears, about sort of ties to the past. I wonder if this can have to do with difficult experiences around the baby daddy, because obviously I see you have lovely children. You know, of course I looked at your website and it's not, you know, certainly doesn't show like a happy couple much. And it says you've been in a relationship since last year, and still actually no mention of him or pictures of him, the guy in the picture now. So I got to kind of, what's going on here? But the Devil card is saying kind of some fears and feeling held back from kind of investing emotionally and in this relationship. So it's about, I think what we're looking at is a process of kind of development over weeks and months here. And the Hierophant is a very solid card, and it's actually saying kind of dealing with sort of officialdom, dealing with legal matters, dealing with kind of sort of things formally. And so it's saying kind of right now, where are we? We'll have a quick look at that again. Hierophant is here, and it's kind of the next card. So we go from your own apprehensions and kind of links to the past that are difficult to break free from with the Devil, into the Hierophant, which is saying that there's still some kind of legal matters to deal with. It's saying that some of this could revolve around financial matters. It also says that there may be kind of some counseling, that the Hierophant has to do with learning and has to do with kind of formalities and kind of social structures, kind of stuff in the world there. And it suggests kind of a counseling thing. that can only be beneficial. It also saying here that there's some other things going on for you around career, around wanting to develop that. That can also involve some courses or and kind of certainly training. So a lot going on for you now, and both out in the outer world and kind of personally, psychologically. The card ahead here is the King of Cups, which is, I believe it represents the fellow, but it seems to represent a couple different men, and in another level it represents you. On the personal level, it's saying what's ahead here is kind of at least some kind of peace, a chance to kind of relax, a chance to kind of breathe, a chance to kind of just focus on being mom, focus on your children, focus on how you're feeling. It's about creating more emotional stability in your environment, in your home, in your life. And that is coming here. And so this is probably kind of really putting yourself in a receptive kind of feeling the strength, the personal strength to be sensitive and receptive to what this relationship and the boyfriend is bringing into your home, your family, your life. And that receptivity and sensitivity really can only come from a firm foundation of sense of good self-esteem and a sense of stability and security. What he's bringing in here is started with the Ten of Wands. And it is, so, kind of both of you, your starting points here in the relationship with the Devil as the first card and kind of about fears and difficulties in the past. And he is coming in with the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is very similar in that it's saying kind of he's carrying a burden. And this burden seems to be of, what's the biggest burden for people is often guilt, a burden of guilt, what's the word? Yeah, a burden of, why was I fooling around so much? Why didn't I kind of get it together when I had the chance? Kind of some regret. So it's, why didn't I behave differently? Why didn't I act differently? This is kind of coming in with, so you're both kind of coming in here to this relationship from positions of, if it didn't go well before. It's almost as though you're seeing this relationship as a second chance, as a way, as kind of a kind of potential path to kind of be better, to be more fulfilled, to have a better situation. And kind of with that, it's saying, so for him, the environment is really kind of focused on he wants to be grounded. He's looking to kind of do better, kind of career-wise and financially. It says there's a new start for him. You got to expect that this is going to take up a bunch of his focus. At the same time, though, you have to show a willingness to be the mature person, to be the more emotionally stable, more kind of empathetic person, to be kind of guide him, to kind of let him know if he's being inappropriate. He's open to that. He's open to changing. He's open to trying a new way of having a positive relationship. And that this means you need to not let him kind of fall into, or kind of assist him, help him to not fall into negativity or bad, difficult habits around how he treats you. You know, it's I just get a little sense here that sometimes the words are harsh, sometimes he's you know, it's almost as though you have to remind him, look, you know, who you think you're not talking to your old girlfriend here, you're talking to me, and it's got to be on a better level, and not to be terse, not to be sharp verbally. You got to kind of, it's like a little, it's as though with kind of both you're coming from difficult backgrounds, it's like you're kind of training him, and you're kind of training each other to kind of, how can we make this work? How can we have the best of us into this relationship? How can we have a better relationship than where we're kind of coming from? So it's saying that's, but and well, and on the other level here, it's the King of Cups I mentioned was you, but it's also him and an ex too. So it's all these different levels of interactions. So he is finding some emotional stability now. And for the ex, it's like, you still can't really believe a word he says. He may be kind of growing, and he may be kind of getting better or being a better human being, but he's doesn't have a handle on that yet. You know, I almost want to mention, like, if somebody's quote unquote in recovery, you don't believe them after 2 weeks, you don't believe them after 2 months, you believe them after 2 years, you know, maybe. So kind of those kind of caution around the ties from the past here. And then let's get into this Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands, as for influences what's kind of coming in this question, and also kind of part of what he's bringing into the situation, is really about, how's that going? It's a card of strength. It's about creative energy. It's about kind of a potential for to do a lot, to accomplish a lot. It's about kind of the dreams for a better future, but it's also about creating kind of a foundation for that, the creative foundation, the stability for that to happen. And I think that that's what's coming in. You know, I do get this sense here about kind of his own career and development, that you're going to have a talk about, you know, let's adjust, you know, needs to be adjustments in both your lives, and he's got to adjust his goals too, to kind of fit in with your life. You know, I don't see, you know, if he's got to go away for work for a little while, he goes away for work for a little while. It's not about kind of upheaval to the family, and you want to stay close to mom, and you know, you have your own job and stuff, so kind of he can succeed where you are. You can succeed together, and the Six of Pentacles in the center says that you do. So you know, I really think this shows kind of both of you coming from kind of a difficult place. And certainly it's saying that kind of some enhancement of communication, maybe even some mutual kind of, if it's counseling or something that involves both of you, could only be beneficial. It's because really it's saying that at the core, you have a strong chemistry, you have a strong connection, and and even kind of there's some kind of sense of destiny here, or some people might accept the idea of past life connection between you. That is not always, doesn't mean, it can mean strong chemistry, but doesn't mean it's easy. but I think that it says you're able to kind of strike that balance and make it work for both of you. Okay.